Hi guys and gals, Shane Stevenson here at the Buffalo Naval Park. And for today's video, we're just going to jump right in. I was sitting in my office yesterday, I hear a ship's horn deep and resonant going off. That happens quite frequently, so with some regularity, I will say. So I didn't think about it. And then I just happened to go out of my office onto the deck, and there's the Arthur M. Anderson. All right. Famous. If you are not from this area or the Great Lake region, maybe you don't know the story. Certainly for friends in Germany and Australia, you might not know. So the Arthur M. Anderson has a famous story, especially action on 10 November 1975 with the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. So I ran back to my office, grabbed a camera, ran to the stern. Didn't do a narrative with it, but I do have the video, and so I will give a narrative here. All right. So, the Arthur M. Anderson. There she is. She was constructed as a lake freighter, and she was constructed at about 647 feet long. In 1975, they expanded about 130 feet in the midship section that you're seeing right now to 767 feet. Now, conversely, the Edmund Fitzgerald was constructed as 727 feet. And so I believe at the time of the Edmund Fitzgerald loss in November of 75, Arthur M. Anderson potentially could have been longer with that 130-foot addition to her midships. She also had a beam of about 70 feet. So, on the 10th November 1975, large storm was coming in, ultimately 60 to 85 mile an hour winds, 25 to 35 foot waves with potential rogue waves as well, and to top it off, some snow. The Edmund Fitzgerald was about 16 miles ahead of the Arthur M. Anderson, and they had lost their radar. So they slowed down and asked the Arthur M. Anderson to be their guide and to give them radar guidance, but they wanted to be as close as possible. So the Edmund Fitzgerald slowed. The Arthur M. Anderson continued on her speed, and they got within 9 or 10 miles of each other. The Arthur M. Anderson was giving them radar guidance to go to Whitefish Bay. And at about 7 o'clock, 10 after 7, they raised the Edmund Fitzgerald, asked them how they were doing. We're going to warn them that there was a ship approaching. And the captain of the Edmund Fitzgerald said, "We are holding our own." 10 minutes later, she was lost. Within that 10 minutes, she was lost. Never to be heard from again. Last communication was with this ship, the Arthur M. Anderson. 29 souls were lost on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And so that's a little of the background of the Arthur M. Anderson. Of course, great folklore here, the Gordon Lightfoot song. All right, so that gives you a little insight into Great Lakes shipping if you're not familiar or from the area. So again, it's nice to appear on the deck from your office and just see the Arthur M. Anderson steaming by. So I've been pretty MIA lately. But thank you for all of your continued support. We're wrapping up the 6-part series, Lucas and I. So those should all be uploaded every Sunday at 8 p.m. Thank you for watching. We also had the reenactors on board that we did a video with a couple of weeks ago. I did take a short vacation, much needed vacation. And with everything going on in the summertime and with our YouTube channel just really being myself with Stephen as needed, it just doesn't allow for much time to research and prepare videos. I've been doing a lot of outreach in the community. I give a lot of presentations out in the Buffalo and Erie County area, and of course on-site tours and greeting people and kind of that educational, shipboard education. Also, I've gotten a lot of donations lately. You might be able to see some of them right here. Well, you see the top, but it goes down to the deck there, and then some that you can't see. So I got to begin processing those. Happy to report I'm working with 5 museum ships that have recently gone to dry dock or are preparing for dry dock. And what we are going to be doing is sharing thoughts and ideas. Right? Again, we are about $13 million short. Again, our nesting situation with the Little Rock, the inboard being the Sullivans and the Croaker. That's a challenge to in funds to get the Sullivans and the Croaker moved. I do find it interesting, though, that I did that dredging video, and all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, the Arthur M. Anderson steams into the Buffalo River. Her draft is about, I think, 36 feet, and the Buffalo River is not that deep. So if you've watched that dredging video, and I think I say, well, I wonder why they're doing this. It wasn't for us. We will have to do it again as well to move Little Rock. All right, but maybe it was to prepare for the arrival of the Arthur M. Anderson. So getting back, it's the New Jersey, the Cobia, the Kid, the Texas, and the Cod. All right, and we're going to be working together. We have a Zoom call coming up this week, talking about lessons learned, eureka moments, and I hope this can kind of become a template for when a museum ship is ready to go to dry dock, that they can rely on the information that we'll be sharing with each other, and then maybe create standard operating procedure dry docking. I know that's very lofty, but that was kind of what sparked this conversation of me reaching out to them. And of course, all of the staff there have been extremely helpful. And, we look forward to having the Zoom call, which we will record. Lucas and I, the 6-part archaeological trek on the USS Little Rock, will be getting together to do more videos, and also on the Croaker too. So that will be fun. And it would be interesting for places like the Cobia, Karen at the Cobia and Paul at the Cod. I know we've been converted. Their Gato classes are still a World War II configuration, so that might be enjoyable for the submarine community to see some of those archaeological changes. Also, for the past 10 days, we've had a National Sea Cadet training here. So we've had about 140 Sea Cadets and officers on board, which then kind of prevents me from going into certain spaces and, just having the ability to do videos without interruption and things like that. So they are disembarking on Sunday after the 10 days. In person, YouTube, emails, phone calls, people have been asking if we will ever be making our booklet of general plans for Little Rock, Croaker, and the Sullivans available. So we do have to build an infrastructure to make that possible, having a space on our website. For a small fee, people will be able to purchase the booklet of general plans for our 3 vessels. There seems to have been a lot of interest, and again, it's been in person, email, YouTube, and phone calls. So I'm going to begin working on that to make, the 7 or 8 page booklet of general plans available for our 3 vessels. But we have to build that infrastructure first. The pricing, the downloading for the user, and then the back office stuff on our end to build the infrastructure to do that. So those are some updates. I'm sorry I haven't really gotten to do many videos lately. It's upsetting to me. I get not upsetting, but it's I wish I can do more. But during the summer, and again, without having a relative team behind me, it's all right. But there'll just be more space and time in between each video as I can get to them. So again, hope you're all enjoying your summer, and it's great having the Arthur M. Anderson. She's docked somewhere down the city ship canal. So the Buffalo River breaks off, the city ship canal goes straight, the Buffalo River continues off to the west, and to the east. And it seemed as though the Arthur M. Anderson was heading down the city ship canal. So I don't know what she was hauling. I'm sure there's a website that will say that. I just didn't look it up before this video. Please leave questions and comments. Again, thank you for all of your support. It's greatly appreciated, and I'm glad you're enjoying coming on our Buffalo Naval Park journey with us. And you know what? We'll see you again soon. Thanks so much, as always.